Hi, I'm Ken Gutman, Superintendent of Walled Lake Schools. This has been a busy and exciting first semester of the 2015-2016 school year. Thank you and congratulations to our Walled Lake Central Marching Band, who represented us superbly in New York City at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The 192 band members and more than 400 family members, and of course Mr. Dave Rogers, are to be commended for their performance. This will be an experience that will not be forgotten for everyone involved. I'd also like to congratulate our Walled Lake Western Warrior football team for a terrific season and for another amazing pink out raising thousands of dollars for cancer research. I would be remiss if I did not mention the outstanding performing arts we all witnessed this fall with Walled Lake Western's performance of Les Mis, Walled Lake Central's performance of Midsummer Night's Dream, Walled Lake Northern's performance of Steel Magnolias, and our middle school performances at Banks of Lion King Jr. and Smart Middle School's Fiddler on the Roof. Please make sure you see one of our many winter collage concerts before our winter break. I am excited to have Michigan State University freshman Alex Sova with me today to talk about his 13 years in Walled Lake Schools and his first semester of college at Michigan State. Alex, welcome. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
So you attended Twin Beach Elementary School, Walnut Creek Middle School, and then Walled Lake Central High School. First, what did you enjoy most about your educational experience in Walled Lake Schools?
You know, Walled Lake, especially going to Twin Beach, it really created just like a tight-knit community for me. So, I mean, a lot of my best friends now are my best friends that were in elementary school. You know, I'm still hanging out with them and talking to them all the time. So that was something I really loved. And doing tons of sports, I got to meet tons and tons of new people and just have so many friendships.
Excellent. So you have, switching gears for just a second, a very specific vision impairment. What kind of service did you get here in Walled Lake Schools for that?
Well, I have juvenile retinoschisis. So my right eye is pretty much blind. In my left eye, I have pretty okay vision. So from preschool on, I was always being helped. I had someone to enlarge my books. I had someone I could have people read to me if I needed it. Bubble Scantrons. Yeah, pretty much everything. I was taught Braille since preschool, I think. Yeah, so really my whole life.
Well, and obviously it didn't slow you down, right?
No.
I mean, you took AP courses, participated in marching band, and you were even a state wrestling champion. So that's all pretty impressive. What were those experiences like, and how did you manage that?
Well, you know, a big part of it is definitely, focusing on. I had wrestling, and I was ranked pretty high in the state, so, I had a goal to win. And so a big part of it is my parents. Since I was born, my parents, they never let my disability define me. I was always, it was never something to bring me down. They always treated me like I wasn't disabled. So, I mean, my mom told me, she said, if you're going to wrestle, you have to be the best. And she never let me become too overconfident with that, never thinking I was the best too early. And I was just always striving to beat that next guy. So.
What did it feel like to finally be the best?
Oh, it was amazing. I was so excited. I had my brother right there down on the mat with me, and it was one of the greatest things I've ever experienced.
How bad?
Yeah.
So far, you mean?
Yeah.
There's more to come.
Exactly.
So you had, you mentioned your parents as great influencers. Who among our staff here in Walled Lake Schools had an influence on you?
Definitely Miss Longhurst. She was my parapro since I was in preschool. She would pull me out of the room and teach me Braille. Through middle school, she would do the same thing, and then high school, I was in the same building. So anything I need, I could go down, have her blow things up for me. It really just go down to talk. She was really like a second mother to me.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for sharing that too. So you were awarded a scholarship from the Bureau of Services for Blind Persons.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So Bureau of Services for Blind Persons, it's a government-run agency, and so I had to qualify with 2100 vision and meet their standards, and then I had to go through a process and evaluation, and they had to check whether I was college ready or not. So I had to go perform tasks like cooking, see if I could live on my own. They looked at my grades also, and then with that, they pretty much support anything I need to help me with my vision. That's their main goal is getting people with these disabilities or vision disabilities out there in the world to strive on their own. And yeah, so they buy me pretty much anything I need for my vision, like magnifying glasses, and then they help me get as much accommodations as I can.
And now you're already completing your first semester at
Yep.
Michigan State University. So talk about the transition and how you're doing there.
Well, transitions, it's different, you know. It's college, you know, you're all on your own. You really have to advise for yourself. So that was a little bit getting used to. But, I mean, once you're settled in, honestly, it's looking good, honestly. You know, my grades are getting back to where I'm used to having them. I'm catching up with the fast pace of school and everything. So, you know, I'm really enjoying it now.
What advice would you give? I know all of our students probably watch this. Why wouldn't they? but what advice would you give to them right now? If they're seniors, they're going into university next year, what do you think they should do or know?
You know, really, don't let college scare you. You know, it's a whole new part of your life. So, really, go for what you want. You know, don't just do what you think you know you want to do in your future. Choose what you love to do and choose your passion, and don't let anything hold you back from doing that.
Good advice, really good advice. Mm-hmm. So what are you studying and what do you want to be?
I'm going into biosystem engineering and then with a minor in horticulture, and I would like to design urban farming systems and ag systems for the future, honestly.
Wow, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to students who are dealing with some kind of physical challenge?
You know, don't let anything hold you back. You know, I have an eye disease to where, you know, I can get hit in the head and I could go blind. But obviously I enjoyed the sport wrestling, which in all was probably a bad idea. But, you know, my parents, they supported me through everything, and it was something I really, really loved, and I had to do it. You know, there's no other path for me. I had to do it, and I chose to do it, and, I mean, it rewarded me in the end. So
clearly,
yeah,
clearly. Well, yeah, I have to tell you, Alex, it's such a pleasure talking to you. I wish you nothing but continued success in the future. And if I may, go green, go white.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Changing gears, I'd like to update you on the classroom technology that has been implemented in 12 of our schools through phases 1 and 2 of the Safety, Security, and Technology Bond. To help me with this is Keith Elementary teacher Kelly Parks. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Hi. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, and thanks for being here. And I know you use technology in your classroom probably daily. All the teachers at Keith I know are in the second full year of using the voice, video, and data suite of classroom technology, including Safari Montage provided by our Safety, Security, and Technology Bond. How has your teaching been either improved or enhanced? In what ways using this technology?
Yes, I do feel my teaching has been enhanced. Safari has been an excellent resource to provide videos that really enhance project-based learning. My students enjoy learning from those videos. When I think of a wonderful example is these Disney series that were shot in Disney World, and students were able to look at how roller coasters move and apply those ideas and those concepts to our motion and design science unit. And then we actually used those concepts, and the students created roller coasters within Minecraft, which was so fun for the kids.
I would think Minecraft is huge, especially nowadays. I know my sons are addicted to it.
You know, it really is, and it's great for the kids to understand that that's something you can use in the classroom as well, and that there's some educational base to it. So the students really enjoyed that project.
Now, what about math and literacy instruction? How has that changed for you?
Well, I think one of the most wonderful ideas that has come from that is using it for read aloud. Projecting onto the screen, students are able to follow along and take notes as we're reading aloud. I can use the speaker system so students can hear me clearly as we're reading. We can stop and take notes, so that's been really amazing. The other idea is using it during math workshop. It's been really wonderful as well to add those videos as a part of my instruction, and also as a learning center. Oftentimes during math and during readers workshop, students may stop, watch a story through Storia, which is a program we have at Keith. So it's really been great for the kids. They just have so much fun interacting with the board, seeing the screen. They really enjoy it.
Now, you mentioned the speaker system. How is that really helpful for you?
So what I find to be the most amazing with the speakers, this year I have a student who is hearing impaired, and it's been particularly helpful for her. Typically, she's had to sit up close by the teacher in order to be able to hear and kind of stay focused on what's going on in the classroom. And with that speaker, it's got such crisp, clear sound, she can assimilate with the classroom wherever she wants and really still be a part of what's going on, which has been amazing for her.
So with the new instructional technology, how are you better able to individualize instruction?
Well, what's really nice is we can pull some small groups together. Oftentimes there's many videos in Safari that I've been able to use to help with small group instruction. Even just generally speaking, if I'm able to pull a guided reading group up front, and again, we use our Storia, and we go up on the screen, and the students really enjoy that as well.
So we know the value in developing relationships with our students, right? How has that helped you, or how has the technology helped you in the relationship piece?
Well, for me, I use Edmodo as a wonderful platform for my classroom. And what I have found is in the beginning of the school year, I introduce Edmodo. Students learn how to use it in the classroom, but then they also understand that they can go home and contact me directly through Edmodo. And I encourage parents to have their student contact me through Edmodo as opposed to having the parent contact me, which helps develop that relationship, helps them take ownership of their learning, and that's something that I feel is really important. We can also use it as a learning tool as well. I have guided reading groups set up where students can correspond with each other about a book that they're reading in class. So there's a lot of great opportunities to use technology to develop relationships.
Sure, and it seems like it also helps develop some personal responsibility using Edmodo.
Definitely,
right?
definitely.
So how did you begin the process of learning the technology? Because it seems to me that there is so much, and we've only scratched the surface of what we can do. How did you begin that?
Well, I think Spice It Up is always the great place to start. There's just so many wonderful learning opportunities. I think we were also very fortunate. Our principal brought over Dan Holland to talk to us about Safari in the summer during our Keith retreat, which was amazing. Mm-hmm. And I think part of it is just remembering that we're still lifelong learners, that as educators, we still need to go out on our own and try new things and continue to learn. So I've played around with it a lot on my own.
Okay, now you have a strong staff at Keith. How are you all collaborating, your grade level or other teachers? How are you collaborating around technology?
Well, I think we're really fortunate we have that block time once a week so that we can discuss how things are going, how we're utilizing the technology. We also use our PLC time. But most importantly, what's been really awesome is the Safari aspect where you can make the playlists. So it's a great place to store it. There's no more emailing back and forth. We can actually just create the playlists and share them with Keith.
So we know our students have technology about 24 hours of the day. So it's just a part of their lives, right? So how do you incorporate it in a meaningful way, or why is it important that it's incorporated in the classroom?
Well, to me, the most important thing when I think about technology is to understand that it's not a passing fad. That technology is really a way of life. And when I think about my job as a fourth grade teacher, I have to recognize that I'm not trying to prepare students for right now. I'm preparing students for 10 to 15 years from now. So my job is really to do the best I can to help them understand the tools of now and how they might use them in the future. So it's really important we keep them up to date.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's always a challenge, because you want to walk that line between entertaining and educating.
Yes.
And it should be more educating, but in a meaningful way, right?
Yes.
So is there anything else you'd like to share about technology?
Well, I think the thing for me is looking at the SAMR model. The SAMR model is a great way for teachers to kind of start focusing using technology at a higher level. So, for example, if I was writing persuasive essays with the students, substitution would be using a word processor. Augmentation would be adding some spell check and some other aspects like that into it. Modification might be students creating the persuasive piece on a Google slide. And redefinition would be having students create that speech and then turn it into a video or a commercial. So as educators, we want to start aiming for the higher level and the higher tier of using technology as opposed to just a substitution.
Sure, sure. Well, Kelly, I want to thank you. I appreciate the time we got to spend together today. I know our students are benefiting from technology, and I know there's still a lot more for us to learn. But thanks for all of your efforts to help them learn through technology and for talking about it.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. The Safety, Security, and Technology Bond has provided our teachers with tools that are enhancing learning for every child, every day. I would like to invite you to our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration Monday, January 18th at Walled Lake Northern High School. This is always a terrific evening of inspiration from our students and staff. I hope to see you there. Everyone in Walled Lake Schools is involved in school and community giving activities throughout the year. At the holidays, to ensure Hospitality House and other food pantries are able to help those in need, our staff and students participate in numerous charitable projects. Thank you to the Walled Lake Schools community for helping one another and for helping many others. Please make sure you read the district parent updates, your school newsletters, and access the district website and, of course, our mobile app. I wish you a safe and restful winter break and a prosperous and productive new year. Thank you for your partnership on behalf of our children. At Walled Lake Schools, we promise to continue to educate every child, every day.